Alright. And let's say this is name. I'm getting name from the list that I'm going to provide. Say I'm writing my name and someone. Right. These are the three names differentiated by a space. Then I say, okay, do, and then I write my statement. Let's say print name is, and then dollar name, and then none. So this is what it is. This is pretty much it for the for loop. So for, and then this variable that is coming from here, and then when in the first iteration, there are iterations in the for loop. So there are three values. There are going. This is going to iterate three times. So first for this, second for this, and third for this. Each time the value is going to change in name section. You'll get to know it when I run it. So let me quickly run it and show you how it works. And now let me run it. You see, name is Muhammad, name is Farhan, name is someone. So by this, we get to know, okay, this is running three times. One for Muhammad, one for Farhan, one for someone. This is how loop works. If I say install these three packages, I'll name my packages here. As simple as that. All right. Let me close it out and let's get back to our. This is what uh, a loop looks like. Let's come to the demo part. Let's club everything together and let's create our master script out of it. Right. And this is the problem statement that I have. We are going to write a shell script to achieve this. So we are going to, we are going to install Apache web server on both the boxes CentOS and Ubuntu. And the catch here is the Apache server name in CentOS is HTTPD, and in Ubuntu the package name for Apache web server is Apache 2. Apache is a web server, by the way. If anyone of you doesn't know about it, Apache is a web server that is used to create websites, host the websites actually. So Apache web server, we're going to install Apache web server. Then we are going to install another package that we are not going to use, but we are going to install it in wget. And here we are installing links. In case of Ubuntu, we are installing links instead of wget. And then we are going to start the service of Apache. And then we'll check what if the server is actually running by accessing the website. All right. So let's do it one by one. Let me open the first script that we created. So we have already written our shebang. We have already got the host name. That is what is required to find out, okay, which host is this. We have already written down our logic. Okay, if this is sent to us, do this. We need to define another logic here, Alif. So we are going to change it a little bit. Let's remove this for now. Let's remove it. So I'm printing. Okay, I'm leaving it as is printing echo. This is this is the host. For CentOS, what steps do I have? For CentOS, I need to run yum install httpd -y and yum install httpd yum install wget -y. Right, then system ctl start httpd. I need to install two packages. For to install two packages, uh, I'm using for. So I am running a for loop package in. There are two packages, httpd and wget. Then I'm writing my statement. What statement do I need to write? I need to install those packages. So if you see here, the command is similar here, right? You see, command is similar. Only thing that is changing here is this package name, wget. And so whenever you are coding for anything, either you are scripting or writing applications, this is the best practice. Don't repeat yourself, right? Don't repeat what you have written. So we are going to follow that best practice. So we are saying yum install and then our package and -y, right? And this, we are closing this loop by done. Now we have written this for CentOS. Let's write a similar thing with for uh, for Ubuntu. So else there are three things in it: if, else, and elif. Elif is if this, else this. These are two conditions. But if I want to put more conditions to it, I'll say, okay, if this, elif this, elif this. I mean, say I have 10 servers, right? If this is server one, do this. If elif this is server two, do this. Elif if this is server three, do this. Else this is the default that you need to do if nothing matches. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm writing an elif statement. I say here if underscore host is equal to Ubuntu, right? Then what you need to do is you need to print, let's print echo, and this is dollar host. We are just printing it out for our convenience, just to know if this is going into the right section. So, and we are going to write another for loop to install packages because packages names is different for Ubuntu. So we say Apache 2 and then links, right? And do, and our statement would be this. These are the commands for for installing the packages here. Apt get install, and you see commands are same here. Only the package name differs. So we'll run with sudo, right? Apt hyphen get install dollar package hyphen y. One more thing that we missed in the above section is to start the HTTPD. We are going to start the HTTPD server here. So we say sudo systemctl start Apache 2 because the package name, again, the service name is Apache here. Done. Let's write down the same thing here. Let's use sudo and sudo ap, not apt, it's some ctl start httpd. So that once the server is installed, it starts the server, right? This is for starting. This is what our script looks like. We need to close our first if statement here, right? Let me quickly see how it runs. What's the script? So you see, let it run first. Okay, it has completed. Let's go through the output. So this is saying this is sent to us, right? This is our first statement. We are printing sent to us. This is sent to us. Don't worry about that. This is the output of the yum command, the package manager that we have used to install. So first it installed HTTPD, and in the second section it installed wget. It did not install anything that I have written in the section of Ubuntu, right? Let's First, try accessing it, accessing the website. So this is the public IP address of my server. I'm going to come back to the presentation. Just want to show you. Um, so you see, this is the testing website that is there when you install the HTTPD. This is the default page. The default page is getting open. We have successfully hosted up an HTTPD server through a shell script. Let's do the same thing on Ubuntu. Let's see how our logic is, if our logic is working or not, right? Let's copy this whole shell script. Let's put it in our this. Let me delete this, everything, because we have written the same script, right, for both the servers. Oops. All right. So let me run it. It has the executable permission. Let me run it now. All right. So let it go through with all the steps that we have mentioned. Okay. All right. So here you see it says this is Ubuntu. Reading the package list. Okay. All right. This is where it is installing Apache 2. Right. This is installing Apache 2. Apache 2 has been installed successfully. And here it installed links. And if you want to verify, links is already there. Links hyphen version or something. Oh yeah. So this version of links has been installed. And if you see here, there is no links, right? But there is wget. Hyphen version, I guess. Yeah. So we have wget here. We do not have links. We have wget here. Wget version 1.4. So this is how you write logics, and this is how you use everything together to write intelligent shell scripts. All right. There's one thing that I've not written in the presentation, but I really want to show you that. So this is you have seen if, elif, and let's put an else statement here. What is an else statement used for? If nothing matches, do this. Right? We are not putting any conditions here. If nothing matches, just print out unsupported OS. Right? Unsupported OS. Just print this out. I'm copying this code and I'm going to run this code in my local, which I know is not an Ubuntu host. I mean, it is an Ubuntu, but the host name is not Ubuntu. So I'm writing first script.sh. Let me create the same script here. Paste switch mode plus X first. All right. So you see, unsupported OS. Because when you find host name here, this is this desktop 1E91057. That is not matching with any of the conditions we have given. So here we are matching CentOS, we are matching Ubuntu, we are not matching this. This will go in others. That is here. This is how conditional statements work. All right. So we have already installed it. I'm sorry. So we have installed it here. Let's check if our script worked fine by accessing our um, our Apache server. Yep, indeed it worked fine. So both of the Apache server is live on both of our distributions. Let me come back to the presentation. All right, so that is it for demo. What I'll do is I'll put this code in my Git repository. I'll share the link with Rashwini, and Rashwini will share this with you so that you can take a reference of the shell script. In case you stuck anywhere, you refer to that code and build your own cool shell script. All right, let's move on. So, okay, we have learned shell script. Now, what it is going to help you for? This is a very beneficial skill to get, as I started my presentation with. So this is a very beneficial because everything is going to automation. Everyone wants to automate things. No one wants to, hire a person who runs commands and invest 9 hours of his day doing the same thing, again and again. You actually, for organization, the value is automation. And how you do automation on Linux? Through shell script. For you, it saves a lot of time when, say, you have 10 tasks, right? And those 10 tasks are, if you do it manually, they take 9 hours. And those 10 tasks, the 8 tasks are automatable through shell scripting. And I mean, 9 out of 10 tasks are something that you can automate through shell script. You don't have to do it manually. I've automated several complex things. So I know how this automation can help. If you are investing 1 hour a day on a thing, take out your 15 hours, write down the shell script, automate it once and for all, and you never have to put in that 1 hour into that task. That gets there are two reasons. You are saving time. You are also deferring yourself from getting bored. So eventually, if you do one thing day by day, you get bored to it. And one and the form the most important thing is it is not a standard way. So if you do same things, the human error can occur anytime. You cannot promise consistency. If you're running, 10 commands daily, nobody can, commit, okay, I'm going to run it as is daily. There might be some human errors that can occur anytime, and we really want to avoid those errors. Standardize it, write it somewhere, because the script is not going to do anything apart from what you have written. It is going to run as is. How it is running today, it is going to run as is, say, an year after as well. It is not going to tire. So this is what how the company finds value in automation, and this is how the people provide automation. The person who are working as administration or DevOps people who are providing value to the company. So instead of running things manually for 9 hours, they do automate things, and they free up their 4 to 5 hours, and they can do a lot of things in those 4 to 5 hours, right? You can acquire new skills. You can involve in other tasks that are being performed. You can enhance your logic. There are plenty of things to utilize your time. Now, the job opportunities that you have for shell scripting, there are plenty of, I mean, everyone who is using or is related to Linux is fond of shell scripting, but there are three main jobs that you can acquire learning shell scripting. First of all is Linux administrator. Linux administration, apart from Linux administration, there is a very important skill that this requires, and that is shell scripting, because you're dealing with Linux servers, right? You need to find a way to automate things because you're going to have a plenty of work in Linux when you're working as a Linux administration. Same for system administrators. System administrators are, are pretty generic, so they work on both Linux and Windows as well. But here, if you're working with Linux, and most of the system administrators do, so you really need to know shell scripting to really want to, um, achieve that balance. So, and DevOps, you might have heard about DevOps. This is a very emerging technology, or you can say a domain to work in. So people really value DevOps because these are the guys who, these guys are automation experts, right? So this is a path to DevOps. You cannot be a good DevOps without learning automation or without learning shell scripting. This might be the first step for you to get into the way of DevOps. You learn shell scripting, then there are other things as well that you need to learn for to be a DevOps, but this is the first and the foremost thing that you need to learn. You at least need to have a good Linux understanding of Linux and the shell scripting. All right. So thank you so much, Rashwini. I'm up for questions.